All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, your girl, Bazby, and this is Bazby TV. And we're doing Love and Hip Hop New York. We're still doing our retro reality TV review throwback, whatever jiggy bob that I'm going to call this. But we're doing Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 1, Episode 7, and it picks off right where we left off at on the last episode. Chrissy is doing her proposal to Jim Jones, and he's just sitting there like with this goofy ass look on his face. I'm guessing he might have been high, drunk, or a mixture of the two. And Chrissy is just like, yeah, how she have went through all these ventures in life, almost kind of making it seem like she's doing like this whole thing about what she gonna actually plan on doing for her career. And she's like, I tried real estate, I tried interior design, I tried being a stylist. That's what she lost me. I have yet to see her in anything on this show, even for it to be early 2000s. I don't even know, or mid 2000s, because this was a 2011 show. So is that like mid? Anywho, I don't like it. Me, no like it. Me, no like none of her stuff to be like, oh yeah, I want her to style me. But she's also was like older than me, so maybe that also plays a part. Maybe. I doubt it. But anywho. So she's talking about all these ventures in life, and she said the only venture that she knows that she really, really want to do is to be with Jim Jones, and that's when she proposes. So Jim is like kind of sitting there, looking goofy and silly. He finally gets up and walks over to her and hugs her and kisses her and says, "Are you sure you really, really want to do this?" And she was like, "Yes, I really want to be with you." And he was like, "Okay, well, I'm with you," and that was it. I was like, now, a girl like me, I like yes or no answers. If I give you a yes or no question, I need a yes or no answer. And if it's a no, I don't know if I really need an explanation, but I do need to know what it is. Or if you can't give me an answer at that time, that's a yes or no answer, then you need to tell me why and when you're going to be able to get back with me with my answer. Because yeah, no, I'm with you is not yes or no, is I'm with you, but do that mean you with me like we gonna get married, or is I'm with you like we still together but I ain't ready for all this right now? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And so they're changing, hugs and kisses, and Mama Jones is out there losing her everlasting mind. Like she is like going crazy. She's mad because it's a proposal and she kept asking all day, is this a proposal? Is this a proposal? Is this a proposal? And everybody kept saying, no, it's not a proposal. No, it's not a proposal. It was definitely a proposal. And so she's outside his, like, I guess that was his sisters, because it was like, mom, stop, mom, don't leave. And she's like, get away from me. And she just feels like she should have been involved in the proposal because that is her son. And she would have wanted to, get photos of his reaction, be upfront so she could see what was going to happen. And she really felt left out in it all. And the camera people are still trying to record her to get an understanding of what's going on, and she's mad at them, and she's like hitting the camera people, just going crazy. So Chrissy meets up with Mama Jones the next day, trying to figure out what was the problem, and Mama Jones like, listen, if you want to do that, you should have came to me and let me know what was going on, not just take it upon your own account. And did that. And she was like, well, I wanted it to be a surprise. And if I would have told you, it would not have been a surprise because you would have told Jeannie. And I did not want that to happen. I wanted to do my proposal my way. Like, I'm marrying your son, I'm not marrying you. And part of me is like, yes, that's true. Because Mama Jones, as much as I want to believe that you're just upset because she didn't come to you in the traditional way of asking the parents if it's okay to even propose to their child, part of me is saying you probably did have a problem with that, and yeah, it would have been nice so you could have been upfront and got the pictures and everything. But the camera people there, y'all gonna see it on national TV. Y'all gonna be able to stream it 20 years later and see his reaction. And I mean, 20 years later, they still not married, so what the fuck did it even matter? But other part of me is like, you don't like Chrissy. You want to keep Jim Jones all to yourself. Like Chrissy said, that's your man, and If she takes that position as his woman, then where do that leaves you? Well, Mama Jones, that will leave you as his mother, where you should be. Like, mothers, you are not your son's girlfriend. They have to leave the nest and build their own home. That's how this works. But anywho, I digress. We'll move on. Chrissy and Jim are talking, and Chrissy is basically, trying to get understanding for Jim of what the problem is with his mama. And he was like, well, I can understand how she feel. Every parent wants to be involved in their kids getting engaged or, getting married and stuff like that. And she said, I understand that. So she was just like, she just realized, not only is she marrying Jim, she's marrying his family. And she's going to have to learn how to deal with his mother. So then she starts talking about doing wedding plans. She said, okay, well, it's time for us to start, get ready to start planning for this wedding. And Jim was like, oh, I don't think we need to be doing all that right now. Like, right now is really not the time. And she was like, well, when will be the time? And she said, and really, to tell you the truth, you never really gave me an answer, because what is I'm with you? He said, I'm with you means I'm with you. Like, I haven't left. My clothes are still upstairs. I'm still here. And it's like, Jim, that's not an adequate answer. Like, if a man proposes to a woman, he's not going to want to hear, I'm with you. He's going to want to hear yes or no. Like, he's going to want to know, like, damn, like, is she with? Like, what do that mean? So even with him saying like, oh, okay, well, right now we don't need to be planning for a wedding, and not really saying when will be a good time to start planning for the wedding, just proves even more like Jim not trying to get married to this lady. And we know this because it's 20 years later, like I keep saying, and they're still not married. And so Chrissy's like, well, if the engagement is longer than I want, then I'm a lead. And he was just like, well, take the dog with you. And I'm looking like, Chrissy, you ain't going nowhere, because once again, it's 20 years later and you are still there. Y'all not going nowhere. I mean, I'm not saying that a marriage have to keep like the relationship together, but in all actuality, when he leaves this earth, what do you have afterwards? Nothing. You have nothing. You just was the girlfriend. You don't even really have the right to be in the emergency room with him if he's dying. Like, that would be Mama Jones. Like, because you have no ties to him. Like, don't waste your whole life being the girlfriend. I'm not going to do it. I don't know if I would even waited 6 years. Like, I would have been asking, like, hey, what are we doing? Because, like I said, it's not 6 years of high school dating. It's not 6 years of college dating. We're broke and we trying to figure life out. Y'all are 6 years of adults. Adults with steady lifestyles. Like, no, ma'am, I'm not doing that. Somaya is working on her music video for Would You Still Love Me? And she has Emily B come because she wants Emily B to come look at the fashion, see how it's looking, give her some pointers or whatever. So while they're there doing all that, they're doing the Vlad TV, which I didn't even know was out during that time. I didn't know about Vlad TV until like recent years, because I'll be catching it on YouTube. I'm a YouTube person. I'm always watching YouTube. And so they were there, and he was doing the behind the scenes of her video. And so he starts bringing up the whole thing about the rumors of her and Olivia having this beef, which I was like, oh, this is so Love and Hip Hop made, because let me tell y'all, before this show came out, we knew who Olivia was, but we were not checking for Olivia. Like, I don't even know what happened to Olivia. It's like one day she was here, one day she wasn't. But I also kind of put it all on the whole G Unit versus Murder Inc. thing, and like the whole empire of like those groups started to fall down, because it was like back in the day, everybody had a group. If you was in the hip hop game, everybody had a group. It was Murder Inc., it was Dipset, it was G Unit, it was the Saint Lunatics, it was what else? It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of these groups, the Terror Squad. It was all these like hip hop groups, and like they all roll together, and you beef with one, you beef with all of us type situations. And then eventually it's just like all of them started to dismantle. So I really just thought that was because of that. I really didn't pay her no attention. And like I said, she never had a single. It was nothing for us to be like, damn, we want more Olivia. We did not know Olivia. So I was like, this was definitely TV made. And so somebody gets on there and she's basically telling her piece. Emily in the corner looking like, here it goes again. I come here for one thing, thinking it's one thing, and now I'm wrapped up in y'all bullshit again that I don't want to be a part of. Period. So she's just in this corner looking stupid and like, oh my God. Somebody's just running their mouth, talking about some Olivia's lucky. I'm even talking about her because I'm making her relevant again. And I'm looking like, girl, pipe down. You doing too much. Jim Jones calls Olivia and Rich to the studio because he wants Olivia to sing on this track for him. And it's like a little love song, a little ballad. It's something for the ladies. And she's like listening to the song and she was like, okay. I like this, and then she realizes that it's about Chrissy. And I'm not gonna lie, the song was cute. I like the little song. Would I have went and downloaded? So it might be one of them songs you download because you like it for that moment, but you like always skips over it like down the line. After you gonna listen to it like 5-6 times, you probably would have skipped it a couple of times. That would have been me. That's how I would have looked at it. But they made a little cute little song for Chrissy. Emily wants to do a family photos, so she's going up to the little photography place, and the man's like, "Oh, well, I thought it was gonna be for you guys." And Emily explains like, "Yeah, well, it was, but once he found out that the camera people was gonna be here shooting, he didn't want to come anymore." And so her whole thing with Fabulous was, listen, you know I'm doing this show. You know that I'm going to be talking about you. Like, it's already been discussed. You already okayed it. And you know our kids are going to be a part of the show at one point in time. Like, I'm going to be talking about our kids. Our kids are going to show up. So, I understand that you don't want to particularly be on the show. But she felt that because it was going to be a photo shoot for the family, it's something just family related, nothing else to do with the show, just family related. It's nothing bad, it's no drama, no nothing. He should come and do it. Well, yes and no, because I feel like it was Love and Hip Hop, and we didn't know what the show was going to be. And I'm pretty sure he didn't know what the show was going to be. And he probably was like, what am I going to be on a reality show for anyway? Because I want to say I think Fab was still kind of holding on. He was holding on during that time. Because I want to say it was, She Be Killing Him was out or something. It was he had like a little song out. Or was it? No, I think Breathe is early. But he was still out. He did not need, exposure on TV. And I also understand, like, this is a reality show. We have seen past reality shows. They've been ratchet, like the Love and Flavor of Love, the I Love New York, it's VH1, like, no. And I could feel like even though this was supposed to be something for the kids, how it could be drama towards the end because y'all gonna want to start asking me questions, or you're gonna want to start asking me questions about our relationship that I'm not comfortable with speaking with on TV. So I could totally understand that why he did not come. So at the photo shoot, the little boy is just running amok. He's like, looking like he's like 2 years old. Had to be maybe 3, because he really wasn't talking like that. Like, he didn't have like a strong, vocabulary. So it's making me give early age. And the boy just running amok. I mean, he's a 2-3-year-old, whatever. He's running amok. And so she's like, oh, it's just because his daddy's not here. So she's trying to call Fabulous on the phone to comfort the little boy. And of course, Fabulous not answering that phone. And I'm looking like, Emily, I don't even know why you tried. Because Fabulous is probably looking at his watch like, bitch thinks she's slick. Then I tell her I want to be a part of the show. I know you're filming. So no, you're not about to play me. And just not answering that phone. Olivia is working on her music video for December. It's cold outside. She's like got this little marching band behind her. And while she's trying to get through the video, Rich is like on his phone spazzing out because he's just got this link to the Vlad interview that Somaya did about Olivia. And so he's like, I'm putting all my money into this, and she's not about to make my artist look bad because I'm not about to lose money. And so he's just like, oh, she's talking about, I'm making you relevant again, Olivia. I'm making you relevant again. And Olivia's like, well, I'm making you relevant because you want to argue with Chrissy. You want to argue with me. She said we're bigger names than you, so you're trying to gain relevancy from us. And I'm looking like, Olivia, baby, nobody was checking for you at this time. Nobody was checking for you, and I damn sure didn't even know who a fucking Chrissy was. So even if this would have popped up somewhere on the hip hop blogs or something, would I have really clicked it? No, I would not. I would have kept strolling because why do I care about what a Olivia had going on, and I damn sure don't care about what a damn Somaya had going on because I don't know who she is to begin with. And what was it y'all beefing about? Something going on. Like, no, girl, you gave Olivia be giving herself a little too much credit for what she worth. But I digress. All right, guys. Well, you made it to the end of the video, so I'm guessing that you like the content. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Interact with me, and continue to binge watch me as I'm binge watching these old school throwback ratchet TV shows. Until then, bye.